Hey peeps, Shannon here for your holistic Jersey girl and tech angel. I am puppy sitting with my dog and what would I consider this dog? It's my niece's dog, so it would be I don't know. I don't know what it would be. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a little story about, I moved into a new condo. I have Disney Junior on playing Bluey. But anywho, so I moved into a new apartment. It's a condo, whatever. And there, like, one room goes into, like, goes right outside, and the screen is being repaired. So, like, it goes right outside. And so ants, and I have a lot of daddy long legs and ants. Those are like the two. Like, every place I live, there's always like something prominent that I have. And in this place, it's daddy long legs and ants. And so I've been spraying the peppermint oil. I got Wondercide. I have Damascus Earth. I have, what else? I mean, obviously I've been cleaning, making sure like everything, there's no like dust or whatever. And it wasn't working. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't stopping it. You know, I had like an ant on my computer monitor, then I had an ant on my desk. I'm like, it's grossing me out. I don't love this. I'm not a bug person. Not that I'm anti-bug. Like, I think they should live happily outside. I don't want them in my home. That's just like how. So, in a previous home, I had spiders, like spiders that bite. And I read that daddy long legs, they bite, but not humans, because like they can't get through the human skin. I'm like, all right, we're getting better. Like, I don't love spiders because of that. Like some of the bites can really make you very sick. I had one that like blew up my whole ears. Anyway, long story long. So I'm doing all these things, like outside, inside, spraying, peppermint oil, doing all these things, earth outside, earth inside, and it's not stopping it. And I said, you know what? There's got to be openings here because they're coming in, right? Like, I've gotten rid of everything that was in here. It's clean. There should be nothing else in here. So I said I have to plug. So I got my caulk. I am like the caulking queen 47. Anyway, so I'm looking around like, let me see where they're coming from. So I see that, you know, there's like above the baseboards, there's spaces around the outlet, there's spaces around the window, there's some spaces. I'm like, let me caulk everything. And when you know it, like literally right after I did that and went back in, you know, a few hours later, nothing was there. And so I tell you that story, which is rather quick, but I told it in 3 minutes, which is long. I tell you that story because in our lives, we look for the peppermint oil solution when we really need the caulking. And I'm like, literally everything in life, I always think is an analogy. I always look for signs and explanations about things. And that was like a really big thing. I was like, how many times do we try to put a Band-Aid over something that needs like filling, a gap that needs to be filled? And I was thinking about that, you know, with weight and weight loss. And I know a lot of people do a lot of different things. When I was younger, I did a lot of different things that were not smart just because I wanted to lose weight. And now as I've gotten older, I'm like, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. Like, I used to do like a lot of pills and diets and weighing in and I'm burnt out from all of it. And I was like, there's really no substitution. There's no shortcut. I have to eat cleaner, move my body more, drink water. That's it. Like, that's really it. And anything that deviates me from that is a mindset issue that I can work out. And it's the same thing. I saw somebody, and again, you know, this is the second time I'm bringing it up, so you're probably like, why are you talking about it? But someone, I don't know, like, I don't know how she's on my feed, but she was like, you know, I've retired, or I was going to retire from MLM, but I saw something and, you know, I'm back in or something. You know, and all these people underneath said, oh, I'm interested. Send me. Oh, I will send it to me. And it just made me laugh. Like, I don't care what people do to make money. Like, especially if it's on the up and up and there's integrity in it. I mean, go do what you got to do. But I just thought like how similar that is to like weight loss, right? Like people know that they have to eat clean, move their body, drink water, right? Like that's like the foundation of being healthier, releasing weight, all those things. But still, when something comes out and they see a new weight loss pill or a new shake or a new this or a new weight loss system, they're like, send me the info. It's like, I mean, you could do whatever you want, but really at the end of the day, it all comes back to those three things. And if you're taking shortcuts to anything, I mean, God bless, like no judgment, you do what you got to do. But the same thing with MLM. Yes, there are some comp plans that are better than others. Yes, there are some products that are better than others. But at the end of the day, the people who have like, oh my God, what's this new thing? Send it to me. At the end of the day, you need to have MLM at its core is sales, right? You have to get people to buy your product or service, and you have to get people to join you in business and do the same thing. Just those two things. So while I do believe there are differences in companies and product quality, absolutely. The whole like, you know, oh, I got this new thing, like you've never seen it before. It's like, we have. Like we really have. Like everyone's seen everything before. Like there's nothing new. There's nothing like, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just found that was interesting because I saw that in someone's feed today and it made me go down the whole rabbit hole of, at the core of things, it's all the same. It's really the spins that we put on things because we don't like an element of something. Like if you don't like sales, if you don't want to either attract people to you or ask people for a sale or recruit people into business with you, you're not going to like MLM. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the product service is. And it doesn't matter. You know, like people will be like, well, it's a shopping club. Oh, well, it's by referral. It's all the same thing. You have to ask for a sale and ask people to join your referral network. Like you have to. So, I mean, whatever. Again, I do not care what people do to make money. I've done it all. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done MLM. I've done, whatever the other things they call it, that it's not MLM. It's like, I don't know, by referral. I've done it all. And at the core of that, you have to, like for me personally, you either have to really believe in what you're doing and you have to really believe in that business model, or you have to not care and just you're doing it for a reason and you don't really care about the product, service, or the company, and you're just doing it for an end result. Those are the two people that I see really dominate that business. And then I've seen a lot of people who have done MLM or affiliate or any of that, and or like ambassador, there's all these different names they have now. They go into business themselves, or I've seen it where people go into business, you know, as themselves as the product or service. If they make something or they're the service, like they're a coach or they're whatever. There's some people who go all in and they do really well. And then there's other people who start it and I like, dang, not that they've said this, but they've started it and then gone back to MLM. Because it's not so easy when you don't have anything else to rely on but yourself. Like you have to show up and be authentic. And I think, you know, for me, like that's what I'm doing. I'm showing up and being authentic. I want to share things with homeopathy. I want to share how I've transitioned from I was really dumbed down. I was distracted. I was not paying attention. Like had no idea. Like, I know this is going to sound really stupid, but like where things came from, right? Like I would go to the farmer's market thinking like it was but where's it from? Where's the farm? Like where are these things being grown? Like, you know, like I used to think a supermarket or Whole Foods was like natural, but like, no, the farm's actually natural. You know what I mean? Going to a farmer's market from farms is natural. So, anywho, I just saw in New Jersey, there's a farm called Lima Family Farms. It's in Hillsborough. It's one of my favorite farms of all time. I think it's 400 acres. And you just see the little chickadees are so happy. That's where I get my eggs. They sell a lot of they partner with other natural companies for like applesauce where the ingredients are apples. The ketchup the ketchup there does not taste like Heinz. It just doesn't. It's fresh. It's like tomatoes. They lift the seasonings. It's fresh. Like everything's fresh. And so in any case, they offer farms. And I shared that because on my stories, I said, it would really be nice if people understood farms a little bit more. Like I keep saying I'm so happy and grateful for all the farms around me, the land, that people are coming back to the basics. And the more I do that, the more my GPS takes me through farms and land, and it's beautiful. It really is. And so Lima shared that they do tours, which I shared. So if you want information on that, just message me, because I think it's really important for families to show their kids. This is actually where food is grown. This is like how a potato is, like, before I really knew, I'm like, potatoes are underground. Where have I been all my life? Like, I have no idea. Like, I just thought potatoes came in a bag. No, they don't. Or garlic. I didn't know that you put a garlic bulb or a garlic clove into you just put it into the ground. You do that in October, and then by the summer, you have all the garlic cloves come out. And just like you learn all these different things that it's so important. It's so, they dumb us down. They don't want us to know these things. I mean, they have all these lab meat and all these chemicals. I mean, when I was growing up, it was like SnackWells were the big thing, like going into a fat-free. I remember I don't know if it was like Sara Lee or Entenmann's had the fat-free pound cake. It was chemicals. It's called chemicals. So, anywho, I want to get more and more away from chemicals and more into fresh. So I have a friend in Howell. Her company is called Simply Silva. She makes sourdough. She makes sourdough breads. She makes sourdough focaccia. She makes brown butter chocolate chip cookies. She's been making the bombolonis, I think they're called, the donuts. And I just, you look at that. There's so many people. That brings me so much joy to see so many people making things from scratch. And I noticed, like, I would never be able to eat eggs. Like, they would make me sick. And I'm like, because they were like mass manufactured. When I go to the farm, when I go to Lima farm and get eggs, I never get sick from them, ever. There's a difference. Like, when farmers treat their animals with respect and they're fresh, it's fresh. It's a totally different experience. Like, there's I'm sure somebody will watch this and be like, stop playing with your hair. It's a bit, I don't know, maybe because I'm looking at myself, it's like a bad habit. I'm stopping now. But there's a place that I used to go for breakfast, or a lot of places that I used to go for breakfast, they made me sick. And so I wanted to recommend, again, it's in New Jersey. I know a lot of my recommendations are going to be in New Jersey, other than like homeopathy, which I buy from Boron. You can get at Vitamin Shop. You can get local health food stores, or just like boron.com. It ships super fast. The woman that I take classes under, not my teacher, but under her umbrella, is Joette Calabrese. She's like the queen of homeopathy. She's been studying this, raised her kids on it. You can use her code. There's no kickback on it. It's just 20% off if you use Joette, Joette. I said I was going to stop. I didn't. My bad. So for Jersey, there's a place that's called Tulip Tree Cafe, and it's truly farm to table. I mean, I think they do supplement some things, but they're very conscious of what they're using. So I'll tell you what happened this week. I went to a local marketplace. I just moved to a new town in Jersey, and I like it. It reminds me of like a Hallmark town. It's exactly what I want. And it's where I was born and raised, ironically, which is pretty funny. The place that I said I would never, ever come back to. I spoke to one of my nieces about that. She was like, I never want to go here again. I'm like, give it 20 years. You may. Things change. But in any case, what was I saying? Oh, so I went to the small market because I'm like, I want to support small business, local business, and all that. And that's what it appeared to be. So I go in there and like a mozzarella ball, I guess they make fresh mozzarella, like $15-16. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we'll pass that. And I was like, I'll get some bananas and some lemons. I wanted to get some other things. The garlic they had was from China. So I did not obviously buy that. They had the ones, so I looked it up to find out how you know it's from China. First off, some of them come in the bag in like a sleeve, in a netted sleeve, and it'll say in there, made in China. If it's a Panda something, it's made in China. If it's loose, if the bottom is hollowed out like this, like if you see if you flip it upside down and it's like, it goes in, that's from China. If it has roots, it is not from China. It should be the brown with the roots on the end. So that I nixed that. I didn't get the China from there. I didn't get the garlic from there. And so I check out and he's like 8 something. I'm like, excuse me? I said I got 2 things. He's like, the bananas were $5 and the lemons were $3. And I was like, all right, well, that's the first and last time I will go there. So it was $5 for 6 bananas and $3 for 2 lemons. And I was like, yeah, no, see, I'm not going to, like, to me, like, I want to support local business, but if you're just going to like completely rail people, like, no, sorry, I can't support that. So I think it's funny, like a lot of the local shops, I'm like, do you want people to support you? Like, what are you doing? I mean, I know that all the prices have gone up and I don't really look at prices much because at this point, like if I need something, I need it. I mean, you're not going to shop around. But when I saw $5 for banana, like I cross-referenced it with Wegmans because I was like lemons are 79 cents ish around there. And bananas are like 24 cents each. So I'm like, I really got, taken advantage of right there. But lesson learned. The whole thing is that, you do something once. It was with a good intention. And you learn from it and you move on. So there's plenty of other local stores and shops that I could easily support. So I just wanted to share that too. A couple different things that I've done that you can easily do in your life is switching from big things like big box stores like Amazon, Walmart, Walgreens type thing, and then go to like local pharmacies, local, like instead of Amazon, I go to Etsy. Instead of Amazon, I'll go to like, it depends on what I'm looking for, but I go to the local shops. Like if there's a local pharmacy, or go to the company direct, I do that. Or so big banks. I used to have Chase, and I've moved to a Federal Credit Union, so that you can easily do that as well. I mean, you can look at different credit unions or a small bank and see what they offer versus what you need. Like I needed to be able to do certain things like external transfers and things like that. So you look to see what they offer, and you can find something. And then big tech is challenging because I mean, it's like you're either going to get an Apple phone or a Samsung. I mean, there was this phone, it was like a Patriot phone or something, but at the end of the day, it's still like, I mean, it's not really, it's hard to get away from big tech, but I mean, you can get accessories that are, kind of local-ish, from like EMF protection. I have Wave Block. I have EMF Shield. There's different things that you can purchase, locally. That's not like a big tech per se. And accessories and things like that. Like there's a Patriot store that has a lot of different electronics and things you can get. I have a crank radio. So if things go out, you can crank it up and you get something. So I don't know if you watched, I think it's called The World Left Behind, and it was very eye-opening for a lot of different reasons. And I could probably do another segment just on this alone, which I probably will actually. But the long story short of what I learned from it is, first of all, be aware and very present. And you should really be preparing. And that's why I'm doing this too, so that you can be more holistic minded, understand why it's important, not just because it's woo-woo and weird, but it's really important to be able to advocate for yourself, to be able to protect yourself, to be able to advocate for yourself for medical, get your health straightened out, like be able to take care of your things on your own, because I don't want to live in a doom and gloom type mentality, because it's not going to help anything. And really, unless you had a bunker and even then, I mean, how long are you going to live like that? And the people that are in bunkers are the only ones that are going to survive. Like, anyway, I'm not going to go into doom and gloom, but the point is that there should be certain checks in place in your life for you to understand, for you to be awakened enough to understand what's going on around you. Like in the current climate right now, it's pretty sad, like what's going on, but it's also awakening so many people to so many things. And what most of us believed at one time just doesn't exist anymore. There, we are the people, are the ones that are going to be able to thrive together, because I think a lot of people were hoping, I know I used to be one of these people, I was really hoping that someone was coming to save us, that a bill just needed to be passed, or someone just needed to be elected, or someone just needed to bring this up in legislation. And it's so beyond, it's so far gone, and all of that's so broken. The medical system, the healthcare system, the school system, the different people, leaders, it's all out of control. And basically everything's in our hands now, which is great in a sense, because we hold all the power. We hold all the power. It took a lot of these webinars on law, and just about the order of things. Like, it's God and then people, humans. Like, all the officials are like way down here. And we've just lost, we've lost our power, thinking that it was a certain way, not knowing. We weren't taught. This isn't something we were taught. I'm like, that's why I keep saying we have to go back to the basics. We have to understand law. We have to understand human connection and how important that is, and networking. We have to understand how to make things. And if we don't know how to make things, like, build your network. Everyone has a strength. Everyone has a skill. What can you do? What could you bring to the table? Like, there's the people who are making bread. Well, I know homeopathy. There's people who know how to make furniture. Look at the Amish. I'm like, they were really ahead of their time. They are self-sustaining. They just do their own thing. I mean, make your own furniture. People build things. Make whatever it is. You make your own things. You build your own things. You're able to understand how to heal, mindset, meditation, just different things on how to own your power, how to take your power back, how to take your voice back, how to live being present in a community. It's so important. I'm going to have to keep drilling that point home. But in any case, this was my episode 2. I hope that you are getting value. If there's a topic that you want me to cover, please let me know. I'm more than happy. I just want to bring, as things come up in life, I just use them as a, launch pad to talk about different things that could help you. Things that I've gone through personally, things that I've witnessed, seen, or researched that can help you. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.